It is 2 in the morning. In shadowed, wood-paneled boardrooms, exhausted executives are finalizing decisions that dictate their company's trajectory for the next decade. These leaders direct billions of dollars and employ the sharpest minds available. Yet, when it comes to making the final critical call, they frequently rely on rigid, static spreadsheets built on subjective guesswork. This grid represents a standard corporate decision model. Watch what happens when a single assumption shifts. The entire calculation fractures. Once a choice is finalized, a psychological hangover sets in. They go home wondering if cost projections were off, or if they weighed speed over long-term stability. The true anxiety stems from the unquantified risk that a single shifting variable in the real world will prove the logic wrong. When subjective conviction is mistaken for mathematical certainty, organizations remain blind to their own breaking points. We can avoid that blindness by stepping into a space defined by proactive clarity. The antidote to strategic fragility is sensitivity analysis. Confident leaders don't just pick a winning option, they actively interrogate it. Our baseline decision shows vendor A leading vendor B. Watch as we dynamically shift the weight of a single variable, like cost. The option's performance fluctuates, revealing the stability range. It proves exactly how much reality can deviate before the decision breaks down. Now we push that stress test further. We increase the priority of cost aggressively, dragging its weight from 30% up to 45%. This line graph tracks the relative scores of both vendors under those new constraints. As the cost constraint rises, the two lines rapidly converge. Right here is the exact moment vendor B overtakes vendor A. This is the crossover threshold. Knowing the exact breaking point changes the nature of the conversation. Instead of worrying about a vague failure, the team can now discuss a specific quantified risk. This structured, cooperative methodology bridges the gap between primitive guesswork and rigorous mathematical proof. This crossover threshold provides the objective proof of a robust decision. It defines the limits of the current strategy. That robust clarity scales outward, laying the foundation for sustainable results across an entire organization. The modern leader no longer walks into a boardroom hoping their subjective assumptions will survive scrutiny. Instead, they deliver a precise, defensible statement. Vendor A is the optimal choice, and it remains optimal unless our priority for quality drops by more than 12. This level of clarity is achieved through a rigid, structured framework that simplifies complexity without losing scientific rigor. Transforming uncertainty into an audit-proof consensus replaces power-driven choices with a structured pathway to long-term results.